Okay, welcome to the next installment of Blender. So today what I'm going to be doing is making a background for a computer screen. So let's go ahead and just move the camera to the side just for the moment, and we're going to go ahead and we'll go with view and align camera to view. So align view right here and then align camera to view. So I'm just going to split this so that you can see what we're doing on one side and then I can work on this side. So we're going to go ahead to the render engine, change out the EV to cycles. I'm going to go ahead and create a material for this cube, which is going to be shiny. So I'll just name that as shiny. Let's go with metallic up, roughness down, and we'll make this slightly grey as well. So what I'm going to do is let's get rid of the default light. We're not going to need that just for the moment. Let's click on the cube again, 7 and what you want to do is go with Shift D, duplicate this out. Now this gap that you have in between right here, just play it by eye because we want this kind of variation between the gaps, so big and small. Let's go with Shift D, move this up, Shift D again, and you're just going to go ahead and just essentially create a grid of cubes. So you can go ahead and select everything, Shift D, move this across, as such, Shift D again, select everything, let's go with Shift D, and then you can go ahead and select everything again. I'm going to move this back actually so that this just sits underneath the camera, just as such. Let's go Shift D, move this to the top, and Shift D, move this to the bottom. Let's go ahead and duplicate all of these, so we're just going to go essentially into infinity with it. Just leave nice little gaps between each one of these cubes. I'm going to go ahead and select everything right here and then Shift D, move this to there, and then I'm going to move this down just to the midpoint right here. And just put it just off center so it looks okay. Let's go Shift D and move again. And so, what you'll notice is the cubes are kind of disappearing at the end. So if you go to the camera settings just at the side under data, you'll have clip start and clip end. If you go ahead and just move the clip end downwards a little bit, then you should have this. So once we're done with this, we'll have something like this. You can go ahead and pull these together if you wanted to, so there's kind of a huge gap right here, so let's go ahead and select these, and then I'm just going to press G and just bring this down just a little bit just to close that gap ever so slightly. So we're about just there. Okay, so once we've got something like this, let's go ahead and we'll add in an additional cube right here. Let's press G and bring this up. What I'm going to do is let's go ahead and rotate this and make this an emission. So we'll rotate on this axis and then rotate on this axis. It can just be completely random. Let's go and make a new material right here. We'll call this emission. And I'm going to make this pink for this particular one. You can make it any tone that you want to. Let's go to modifier, add modifier. Let's go wireframe, and then go ahead and amend the thickness as needed. So now we've got this. If I just move this across, we've kind of got this nice little purple going on, but I've also forgotten to put the emission on. So let's go with principal BSDF, switch that to emission, and then we'll change this to pink as such. Now the cubes themselves, because they all share the same material, we can turn down the roughness on these. And now we have this nice little cube pattern going through. So what we can do now, I'm just going to move this to the side. We can go ahead with Shift D and duplicate some of these out. So you could have kind of like a double kind of mirrored thing right here going on. Let's go with Shift D again. I'll move these backwards just to give this some depth. And Shift E again. And what we can do with this now, let's just move this to the back right here. Just gotta put this on its side. It's gonna take this off the render for the moment, and then we go Shift E again, and we can just roughly have these going down the back, and then Shift E again for that one. So you could have this as any tone that you wanted to. You could have pink, you could have blue, greens, whatever you'd like. I'm going to go ahead with the background and just experiment with this a little bit. So maybe if we make it this darker, it's kind of an interesting tone. Make it a bit lighter. I mean, that's how that's going to work. But to be honest with you, I don't think we would use emissions if it was that bright. So I think we could go for maybe 95% down, I would say. Just to make it dark grey. Looks quite nice as well. Alternatively, you could put on some shaders as well. So if we go to the shading tab, let's go with the principal BSDF here, the material output, and we add in a texture, and we could go with something like noise texture. So color to base color. Sorry, color to the roughness. And you could also make this kind of raindrop kind of look. Turn that metallic up. And then when we go back to the layout, we'll have something like this, which is a little bit more textured for the cubes. So, let's see. I mean, you could do something with the background as well if you wanted to, but I think for kind of like a night tone or something like that for a computer, this would be a good background. Yeah, so if you guys liked, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.